So think about it. Like, this is your play, right? Like, so this is why I was like, your decision making is good. You're making good decisions. I like what you're going for. But if this is your play, I would rather you be back here so that you could hit this play with momentum to time it than to be here with no momentum. Because when you don't have momentum in Rocket League, I like this, Will. I think you're flowing. I think you're playing good, playing confident. It's one of the better replays I've seen from you. Champ 1. I feel like the vibe I get from this, I like our speed. I like the plays we're going for, the decision making, rotations. We're looking for demos. Like, I like where everything is, but I feel like what's preventing some of the plays we're making or mechanics we're going for, they're breaking down because of boost. Like, we just don't have the boost for the play. And I want to take a closer look at that. Obviously, we have boost right now. Very good shot. And our boost management's been great, like the past minute. It's fine. Our boost management's been fine. Like, that's I gotta, like, take a look at this. But, like, we go from, like, 82 boost to, like, 35 after a play. And it's like, if you have more boost, you could turn that into a boom and chase play, maybe score off this. I almost feel like our boost management problems are coming from decision making, although I like our decision making. I don't know if we're rushing. I'm going to keep looking. But I know it's boost, and I know that's simple. But it makes a big impact. I mean, we got our 100, but, like, this is, like, the boost problem. Like, yeah, we're in a little bit of a bump race, whatever that was. But, like, we didn't even need to rotate back. Maybe it's awareness driven. Maybe we're too tight in the midfield. It's, yeah, I almost want to say it's positioning related. I don't know, Will. Like, I'm 100% have a boost management vibe where I feel like if we just had a little bit more boost for the challenges or plays or mechanics we're going for, we would have more impact on the field. I do think this is improvement from last week because everything is much more flowy and there is more impact from last week. I feel like last week was about impact. And I even feel like some of these defensive mistakes or plays where we are making a mistake result from boost. And I feel like it's kind of boost, but it's kind of positioning / momentum. Like, there's times where we're flowing, we're playing fast, we're playing consistent, and then there's times where we're, like, not moving at all. And then it's like when you're not moving, you use all your boost to get momentum again. So now I'm trying to think on, like, how to tackle this to have, like, a focus. Because, like, this play bugged me. Like, bam, bam, okay, we stop moving. Now we use 50 boost to lose a challenge. And that was just, like, play timing, momentum. And I almost feel like we're too tight in the midfield. And it's kind of that same piece of advice I gave Loomis, where it's like, widen your rotations a bit, extend for boost, which we're extending for boost. But I think what's happening, we'll play a midfield position, and we'll play a midfield position too soon. And then we stop moving to, like, catch up the play timing. And then we end up having to waste all our boost. And it's like the same thing that happened here. Like, this is kind of right. Like, I feel like we stopped moving in the midfield. I don't know how to tackle this because it's like a culmination of a couple things. Like, I swear, like, I feel like we're too tight in the midfield. Like, we're spaced too close for the play. And then we're not moving, and then we, right, like, and that's why I'm thinking it's like, it's a boost thing, or it's a positioning thing, or it's a movement thing. It's like the decision making is fine, as in the plays you're going for, the mechanics you're going for. It's like the other things that make up the play, your momentum, the boost, right? And I get this vibe that we play way too tight in the midfield, and then that's coupled with very slow movement. And then that's why we have to use all our boosts to catch up for a play, and that's why we're, that play is not turning into more, or we're missing. But it's due to the midfield positioning and to the slow movement. I mean, you could always fake and challenge back, but I rotate back. I just don't want to go down a fake challenge route with Will. Because the fact that he's playing aggressive and going for plays is what I like. Again, these week-by-week replays are kind of a progression, and I do think Will is moving in the right direction, as in, if we were to go down a defensive route and start faking, we are moving in the wrong direction, because I want him to play aggressive and trust himself. So what we're doing is we're playing too tight in the midfield, meaning I'll show a play example. We are tight in the midfield. We are close to a teammate. We are very close to the play, which is good, but we're close to the play with no momentum. Okay, I would rather have you be back here, okay, but have momentum. So think about it, this is your play, right? So this is why I was like, your decision making is good. You're making good decisions. I like what you're going for. But if this is your play, I would rather you be back here so that you could hit this play with momentum to time it, than to be here with no momentum. Because when you don't have momentum in Rocket League, you're going to use more boost, you're going to miss more challenges, etc. And I want you to be into the play. I want to build on this aggression. I do not want to go down a fake challenge route, because you are much better than Champ 1, and you could easily outpace these players. I want to maintain this aggressive decision making, but what I want you to do is, so here's the applicational advice. I think you need to loop, where it's like, we even bring it back a second. I'll just use this play for an example. I think we're just too close to a teammate, first off. It's like you're sitting behind each other. It's like whatever happens here, he can cover, you can cover. I would actually rather have him back and you hit that with momentum. So things we can do. I want you to space out from teammates. So think about, okay, let's double it. All right, let's double it. I want you to space out from teammates. I want you to focus your momentum. I want you to focus your speed, and that you're never crawling. I want you to at least drive at base speed, or at least drive a couple ticks up from base speed. You don't need to be supersonic. So space out from teammates, focus your momentum, and I do think you can cut more, because I find that a lot of the times that we get stuck like this, and then we're not moving, and then it's like the decision to play this ball, I like the decision, but we can't do much because we're not moving. And then the decision to play this ball is a good decision, but we can't do much because we're not moving. I think a lot of this ties into playing behind the ball like this. Maybe not for this play specifically, but I do think we can cut more. I think you could focus your speed. I think you could focus your spacing. Those are easy things that you could actually focus. And I think you could, kind of like what I said with Loomis, I think you could loop. Okay, like we'll use this play. You do that, and you loop. Drive in a circle. Drive in a circle. Right? Just drive in a little circle. So you get to a position and you drive in a circle so that you could retake that position with momentum. And that's where I kind of leave it's spacing, it's cuts, it's movement, and it's like learning how to maintain momentum. And the easiest way to do that is by driving in a circle, widening or extending out of rotations a bit more. Example, you get here and it's like you want to cover this position, but we're going to go here and then cover it. So you're extending, which is a circle. And I think you could cut and demo more, and that will help with movement. So kind of the consolidation of this is maintain the decision making, but let's focus our momentum, focus our speed, little bit farther away from teammate, extend out of rotations, widen those rotations, and focus our momentum, because this is a good example. And this is a cut. This is the spacing example. This is, yeah, that's what it'd be, right? And we're moving. I like this. Pushing for a demo. That's like the culmination of everything. Cut, demo, spacing, movement, drive in a circle. See, like, this is beautiful. And we're still going to lose, but this is fine. So, like, this is the spacing. Like, we're far away, and now we could hit this play with momentum. I honestly feel like the biggest thing is movement. I feel like we stop and start too much. I would love to see you be able to drive at this speed, right? This speed right here. It's not supersonic, but it's a little bit over base speed. We're far away, and now we could hit this with momentum as demoed. Good. 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 Like, that's the cut, right? Nice try. Yeah, because where my brain was with this is like, I like where everything is. We're just not getting what we need to get done. I thought it was boost. But I really feel like it's momentum. So maybe if you want to simplify cut, demo, and momentum, all about momentum. Try to keep momentum. Don't start, stop, but keep the decision making, brother. I really don't want to work backwards with the types of plays we're going for. You can completely outpace champion.